underway. A big shout again to Intel, Toomey, Zowie, and Perrier for making this possible. And let's go to the two voices who will be bringing us the match. It is Matchroom and Porosaurus. Gentlemen, take it away.
Thank you, Toffees, Cam, and Clover. We're getting everything up and in the air, but I just want to give another follow-up shout-out to PGI.S being presented by Intel, where not just gaming happens, but all of PGI.S. We have a global event going on as we're all spread across the world and couldn't do it without them. Poro, it's game time.
It is indeed, and my God, it's been a year, and we're starting off with a hot drop, baby. Burry Rom and TSG, let's go.
Instantly coming through. Quick drop's going to be coming out of that. We can see Uzi's coming out. King make the play around the outside of this. Gets a quick shot back over towards it. Got to look back over towards his left. Not going to spot it out. A quick pickup back on the other side of this, but you can see Burry Rom already in a little bit of trouble. Two members down to TSG's one. With a nice firm angle looking back over there. TSG does have control over the situation and really does have a lot of them pincered back behind this. So Burry Rom trying to find an angle out from this position. Not going to find it just quite yet, but everything's starting to slow down just a touch, Poro.
My man out there popping people with the Car 98. Volley Bear going to try to take a few shots, not going to land anything right now. Burry Rom just holding corners right now. Looks like TSG is going to go ahead and flush this one out. But that's a 2-1 trade so far. We'll see if TSG can maybe do a little bit of rallying here, because Burry Rom, they're just kind of staying there holding their corners while the TSG guys go about their business.
Old school PUBG tactics right there. If you guys remember back in the day, Burry Rom essentially bringing out the bathroom strats, but just leading into the hallway, even got the shotguns prepped and ready to go. Everybody knows you do not want to round that corner.
What is a Car 98, instead, dude?
Playing this patient, trying to make a little bit of a push up and forward. You can see Volley Bear not having any more shotgun ammo at the time. Maybe he could have some. We'll have to see if he goes for the reload on it. But the aggression starting to come through, loading up, getting the armor, getting the helmets, making sure whenever they go for this push back around, they are set. Gonna see the flashes come through, going for the flip back around. It does not connect. God, the last one up over on his side, trying to look back over for this one, see if he can peek back over through it. Gets the spray back over towards one with the shotgun, but can't pick up the other one.
We'll see if they can pick up a few points.
Find the angle back over towards it. You can see Mimes got himself a nice position to play. TSM's Miraku down on the foreground in this. It's all about the high ground advantage, but only two members for the Sonics up. And do note, while this is going on, there is a little bit of a play coming up back behind it. As Meta hears this fight and sees an opportunity right back behind K7. Good positioning coming out from them as Silzen's going to potentially find an angle to work with, potentially throw a couple of grenades back over towards this. But now Iro and TSM have found themselves in a very sticky position, being essentially pinched between three different teams at the time. Luckily, Meta is having to contend back over with K7. Meta is trying to make their push back along this line, but K7 is trying to find an angle for it. Savior living up to his name, giving the shots back over towards Wicked, but does go down. Meta is just walking up this hillside, taking upon team, already up to 4 kills, and it's going to stack up very quickly as they're going for the flushes real fast. TSM aware of what's going on, trying to get the shots back over towards K7, as Sonics has used this opportunity to move away from this positioning.
I love the push from Meta there. I love that aggressiveness that they're bringing out here. Not afraid of anybody in this lobby. That's exactly what you want to see. Even if they lose a couple there, it's still the right play, the right push at the right time. We'll see if they can get anything else off of it, if they can survive this, as K7 and TSM still scrapping back and forth, and Mime and Win from Sonics still looking for another angle as well, as this fight is just lasting forever.
Good play coming out from TSM. Still managing to hold strong right along this point, but Meta is about to be in a point where they can start to contest against it. Last member for K7 sneaking up back behind everybody from Meta Gaming. Could be huge. Goes for the spray back over towards it. Does get one of them down as Meta goes running back over towards this other angle. Silzen's going to go ahead and get another pickup, and that's going to be K7 eliminated. But TSM still has the high ground, overwatching everything that's going on. Do note there's also going to be a nice toss coming down from Vard. Go ahead and get that flush back over towards it. So TSM making a massive amount of use of this high ground and constantly harassing Metagaming, who has just been running amok in this northern corridor.
I mean, while Sonic stays alive, Meta has been doing everything they can, and they have looked fantastic doing it. It's going to be rough sledding here for Vard, as I think when maybe got him pinned down there. Oh, the grenade going to go just a little bit too far. So Vard stays alive for right now. He could still cause problems for Meta here.
But do note, Meta, TSM, and Sonics, none of them are inside the safe zone. Looks like Sonics is going to go ahead and start to make a play back over towards this. While a lot of this has been going on, T1, 4 a.m., Day Trade and Zenith have all started to fortify their positions inside the circle. Only teams that really haven't had an opportunity to move in are the last remaining member, Orange from Na'Vi, and this fight that's been happening back over towards the north. So Orange finding himself in a little bit of a difficult position. Zenith kind of caught up taking shots back over towards Gex, though, so might provide an opportunity for Orange to sneak his way inside the safe zone.
You see Roth is on the lookout for snakes here, though, on your mini map there. He's expecting somebody to come from that south side, while the rest of the team does look off to the north. But Na'Vi, let's see if he can make his way across. Looks like he might have spotted out Kickstart here. And he's just going to play it close to the vest, try to survive a little bit longer here as the circle starts slowly pushing in. Meanwhile, it looks like Meta has managed to make their way into the circle. TSM done. As Sparking and Silzen trying to find a place to play from. And oh boy, they're going to be running right into 4 a.m. here shortly.
Oh, that's some dangerous neighbors to have. That is a potentially angry 4 men looking back over towards this. Instantly, you can see shots going to start coming back over from T1 side. Aqua 5 does connect back over towards Silzen. Going to have enough cover to potentially get the res onto it. But you can see what we're looking at for the potential last couple of circles. It's pretty wide out. There's a couple little dips, small ridges that you can play. Long toss going to come back over towards it. The bounce isn't going to go the direction it was hoping for, though. So Meta does manage to get the res back over towards this. New circle's about to pop. Looks like it could be pretty problematic for everybody that's still playing back over towards the
dang
edge.
shit.
Does go back over towards the north, and there we go. Nice grenade coming out from T1 to go ahead and flush that out and open up the center of the circle.
This is a good-looking T1 squad right now. They're playing very, very well. It's not something that we've been used to seeing lately. Is they've kind of been being pulled in multiple directions, but it looks like the team comms on point right now. Meanwhile, Mime and Win, we'll see if they can survive any further in this game. They're giving 4 a.m. fits as they try to make their way through and staying alive through all of this.
So we've got an interesting situation that's set up with one, again, high ground advantage going back over towards the Sonics, and they are going to make sure to continue to use it, aggressing back over towards Gex. It's kind of been forced to play down inside of a trench. Not a lot of options to play for right now. You can see Sonics do want to try to make a play up and forward through this, but 4 a.m. causing their own form of harassment back up along that hillside. Really, the open field towards the center and seeing metagaming go down has kind of established this point to where there's these two different sides where everything's going on. Zenith trying to make a little bit of an encroachment back over here, is trying to find a way to get back over into this positioning, but do note 4 a.m. and T1 could find themselves with an angle to work with, and still there is Orange hiding out back behind Zenith that could put in some massive work. Can find a way to yet again sneak in back behind this.
Well, they got to worry about Shandian now too. The snakes might be the biggest problem here for Zenith. Is they keep playing the edge. They're finding good places to hold from, but they have no idea about Orange. Or looks like Nurens has spotted out Orange though, and Shandian. And there you go. The snake finally strikes, gets the knock. Can't get the flush though. Zenith can get lucky here. They got to take this guy out before the flush comes through.
Luckily, there's a touch of distraction, but with those gunshots, that means now Daydream's looking back over towards the south. They are in range and do have vision to get something back over towards it. Gex does go down, so that's going to allow a little bit more movement coming back from Sonics on the other side of this. See, trying to make a play back over towards center, trying to get in some type of position to make a play back over towards 4 a.m. Orange, though, trying to capitalize off the opportunity he created just a second ago. Moving forward, cannot quite find the angle just yet. You can see everybody from Zenith trying to get an idea on what's going on and having to take covering fire back over from where Day just still has an angle for them to play from. So this is opening up more and more opportunities back over for Orange. Meanwhile, 4 a.m. starting to find themselves in definite grenade range.
Oh, Win with the flush, and he's going to finish him off. Sonics now with 7 kills, just as dangerous with 2 as they are with 4. These guys are absolutely bananas. And now they've spotted out Shinboy. Oh, Aqua going to get the knock, though. Can they steal it away?
So
of course they can. It's Mime.
Yeah, I mean, Sonic's already at 8 kills. They have control back over towards the west. God V is kind of having to hunker down at this point. But our teams back over towards the east, specifically the northeast, are going to have to move. Day's finally going to have to move out of their compound and contest again this area right next to T1. Zenith, though, still under a lot of harassment. Punich trying to find some angle to play from, but there is nowhere safe in the center of the circle as everybody is just taking shots back over towards them. And surprise, surprise, another kill goes back over towards the Sonics.
They are so good when their backs are up against the wall. We'll see if they can manage to get some more placement points out of this. They still have the problem of Godv. I'm looking up to the north here as well. T1 has to deal with day trade. Okay, Orange finally gets taken out, but Orange did his job, and he did it well. I think he landed up lasting longer than Zenith, yeah.
But with this, now we're going to have a little bit of that fight breaking off. Our strong teams are finally going to have to contest up against each other. There's just remnants other than these two, and you can see now Dave making the play back over towards T1. Star-Lord finds himself an angle back over towards 1, 2, and about to be 3. Trying to get spray back over towards it, but doesn't find it just quite yet. Instead, going to go down, and you can see Day Trade just trying to get these flushes, get as much damage as they can before they go down. T1, though, now distracted, making a play back over, trying to get everybody on their team back up, sitting on 9 kills, and they're going to have the numbers advantage moving into the circle, but they're the only team that does have to move.
This is the T1 that everybody has been waiting to see. It's been so damn long since we've seen them actually just running through teams and being this dominant playstyle. There you go, Godv barely loses the 1v1 with Mime there, and Sonic's now up to 10 kills. NA fans, are you not entertained?
3 teams now left. T1 sitting on 3, Sonic's on 2, and TSG with 1. Center is completely open. Circle's about to collapse down, force everybody to reposition, but T1 looks like they're starting to make a play back over towards it. They know it's risky, but look, just running out inside the open right now. Dangshay trying to make sure that he gets some control over this and wants to make sure that he can inflict as much trouble on every single team that's going to have to rotate around what's happening as possible. Problem comes back into play as Sonics still feeling in the groove, and it's Sonics and T1, both who've been stacking up kill upon kill inside of this game so far, starting to set their sights back over towards each other, with one poor member for TSG trying to figure out how does he sneak his way inside the zone.
I mean, lest we forget how this game started for TSG and Shandian with the hot drop and the losing 2 members, but getting the 4 kills against Buriram, and now they find themselves in the top 3. If Shandian can play his cards right, strike when the moment is perfect, he could mess around and win this game, Matrim. It's not outside of the realm of possibility. We'll see how this thing plays out. Sonics have a really nice ridge to work with here, though.
Yeah, but they're going to have to move. But it's going to be TSG taking the shots back towards the side of T1 Star-Lord. It's going to force a little bit of a reposition coming out from this. Meanwhile, on the other side of it, H-Win does connect back over towards Dang G and does get him down. So this is starting to open up the gates as we moved into a 2v1. TSG trying to reposition onto it, but the high ground coming up. H-Win trying to find the angle back over to it and does not connect enough through the smoke to get the down.
Bullets.
That's starting to open up everything.
They are running so low on ammo. They've been running low on ammo. Hopefully he can find something out of here. He's just going to switch over to the SLR because there's just no 5.56 to be found. And now Starlord going to try to take the shots back over there. Shandian managed to actually reposition and get himself another nice little ridge line to work with. H-Win been using that mini all game long, and now he's switched over to the SLR. We'll see how long it takes him to adjust to the recoil difference there. One shot in the head. Star-Lord, there it is.
Walks in the open and Star-Lord goes down. That's a huge problem for them. TSG still holding on. This one member has been buying so much time and point upon point for his team. Not afraid to take the fight back over towards T1 or Sonics both. Doesn't matter that he's outnumbered, but Sonics, aware of what's going on, are trying to reposition through this. Aqua 5 trying to connect the shots back over to take down this Thorn that has been the constantly hanging out in their side. As now we are moving into the very last circle. 5 seconds before everything starts kicking off, and you can see it's going to be problems. A lot of these teams playing back over towards Edge. T1's Aqua 5 does have the closest position towards the safe zone, is going to be the last one to move. Sonics trying to make a play back over towards TSG, but cannot find the angle. So with this, TSG trying to get a little bit of distance from them, starting to make the play back over towards it, but could put them back over towards Aqua 5's line of sight. The shot's going to go back over towards it, and there we go. Aqua 5 picks that one up, moving us into a 2v1, and it's 2 Goliaths looking back over towards each other. Good shot's going to connect from Mime, force a little bit of a reposition, and using that, H-Win just runs down the hillside with covering fire coming up on the other side of it. Mime's trying his best to keep his teammate alive, so that way H-Win can move right into the face of T1's Aqua 5. Playing around the outside angle for it, trying to look for it. Grenade's going to roll back over towards it. Shots are going to come up from the top of it, and it's going to be Mime that connects with this one, and with 12 kills, Sonics take the first game of PGI.S.
We have been wondering for the entirety of 2020 if this Sonics team